Hello, my name is Adrienne and I'm a member at Blueprint Church. In June 2014, I was given a gift of a home in the Old Fourth Ward. I really wanted to be able to move into a neighborhood in community to serve my neighbors, and this really seemed to be the opportunity that the Lord had given me to have my dream of living in the city and living amongst the poor as well as the rich, and just being able to see those worlds collide and those intersections take place. Being single, there's an awesome opportunity to start life, not once you're married, but right where God has you, and so that's exactly what I was passionate to do. And so prayed through finding roommates that specifically went to Blueprint so that there could be that intersection and that overlap. Being here only a short amount of time, I've already seen so many things happen in the sense of just the brokenness around us is so evident, and I feel like God has literally brought opportunities to minister to those in need literally right to my front door. One of my neighbors, she and her partner were living together, and one day one of the girls asked if she could talk to me about God. And I was just blown away because I really just met these girls a couple weeks ago. We had a conversation, and she asked specifically, you know, what was my belief about homosexuality and in the church, and it was just a really awesome opportunity to share in our brokenness regardless of whatever sin we might be struggling with. And so that was a great foundation, and she was able to come to church with us. But a few weeks after that conversation, the two girls actually broke up, and one of them came and was knocking on my door in the middle of the day, and I happened to be home, working at home that day, and it was one of the most raw conversations I've ever had with anybody, let alone a neighbor that I've just met a couple weeks ago. And she, in her brokenness, just told me that she knew she was missing something, and she wanted to know what that was. And so here on this porch, I was able to encourage her in the Word. I challenged her to read the book of John, and I was able to share with her after that day just that Scripture is the thing that we combat. Another situation happened recently. I was walking around the neighborhood and saw a woman that looked distressed knocking on the church side door. And so I asked her if I could help her, and she said she needed someone to talk to. And so I just sat there and listened, and she told me her story. She told me that she was just leaving an apartment of a guy who she was sleeping with for money, and that things got out of hand, and so she left before grabbing all of her stuff and before getting paid. And so I had the opportunity to minister to her not only through prayer but also through my actions. And so I ran home, and I grabbed a grocery bag and just decided to throw in the things that she had mentioned she needed. But the hardest question was, what shoes was I gonna give her? I didn't want to send my neighbor out with anything less than what I would want to wear myself. The reason that I love the city, the reason that I feel called to the city, is because you can't help but collide with people that are in places of dire need and desperation, and a need for hope, a need for answers, a need to know what's next. I strongly believe this is part of my purpose in being here, is engaging with those that need help and those that need hope. And I can't find a better place to do that than the city. I love it here. This is my home, and this is my boulevard.